I think today's day 7. And it seems like it just keeps getting colder. It's 28 degrees today, and I got nothing. And it's going to take a lot today to push myself to go outside. But we're going to go. We're going to get it done early. I'm going to journal first, but we're going to get it done right after that, because I'm very tired today. I stayed up way too late for what I'm going to try to do today, but we're hopefully going to nip that in the butt and get into bed by 9:30 tonight. I'm so excited. I'm so tired that I'm actually like fantasizing about using in bed at 9:30 tonight. Like, my head is in the clouds and I'm dreaming of my pillow already. So, I think today is definitely going to be a nap day for sure. I'm even excited for just the nap. Let's just do the nap. Not ideal. Do not, 0 out of 10 do not recommend. But let's get it. Ugh. There's a wind advisory tomorrow, which means that the weather's going to be not great. But it's okay. You know what? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I've got to give you guys the background lore of why I'm so okay with doing outdoor workouts in the cold. I might have already told you, which is why I need to go through this footage. But we're going to see. I'm actually kind of hungry, so I think I'm going to have a banana with some peanut butter. Peanut butter on it. Which I'm pretty sure is compliant. I have to double check to see if peanut butter is compliant. Peanut butter is not compliant? Let's check. So what I'm going off of for my diet is whole life compliant foods. Basically anything that's on the list is compliant. Or I guess non-compliant or compliant. So it's actually pretty simple. For protein, non-compliance, deli, processed meats containing ingredients besides meat, water seasoning, or salt. Okay, so if it contains water seasoning or salt, we're good to go. But anything outside of that, no. Soybeans, edamame, tofu, taro, yuca, dried fruit with added sugar is not allowed. All nuts and nut butters. Olive oil, coconut oil, all like non-compliant or hydrogenated oils, bread, bagels, muffins, flour tortillas, pasta, noodles of any kind. Damn, noodles of any kind. Noodles of any kind, that's a bummer. Beans, rice, quinoa. Couscous is non-compliant, did not know that. Cereal. Flours of any grains, so rice flour, quinoa flour, corn flour, wheat flour, potato starch, not compliant. Beer, alcohol, not compliant. Actually it says 1 wine or spirit here per week, but all teas compliant. Coconut water, coffee, kombucha, vegetable juice, compliant. Non-compliant is any goat, cow, milk, cheese, cream, buttermilk, or sour cream. So just stay away from goats and cows. All forms of sugar, sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, including white, brown, turbinado, evaporated cane juice. The hardest one on this list for me is going to be popcorn. Popcorn being non-compliant. Damn, that's crazy. That's not even a lifestyle I want to live. That's crazy. Sweet potato fries, baked or fried, are allowed. Surprising. White potato fries, baked. Okay, done. Now it's time to run. Well, to say I'm exhausted would be an understatement. Truly, it would be an understatement. To say that I would not much rather be curled up in my bed. I say this, but you know what I've realized? Days that I actually stay curled up in the bed, I feel terrible. Like, I don't feel like, oh, you needed rest, you rested. I feel like, man, I wish I would have done that thing. But to be fair, there are some days, where I do feel grateful that I stayed in bed. But not really. I keep contradicting myself. I find that when I plan to stay in bed, I feel better. Like the days where I'm like, ooh, I didn't burn myself out all week. I didn't, burn the candle at both ends. And tomorrow I'm going to rest. Like planned rest feels better to me. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. Planned rest just feels a lot better. We're getting out here at the time that we want to, which is around like 6:30, 6:45, but it's 28 degrees, and I'm just already imagining the part where I'm done. That's it. I just want to be done already. Oof. Oh yeah, we're in here. I think it's funny because doing this challenge in the winter is like doing a completely different challenge in the summer. In the summer, it's more so like, oh, just get it done. But in the winter, it's like work. It's actual work that you have to kind of schedule. It is nice reading again every day. I'm not going to lie about that. I didn't realize how much I missed reading until I did this challenge the last time. And I don't know. I just feel more grounded with reading. This is for sure one of those days where it's a drag. It's a push. This is a push day where it's just, all right, let's go ahead. Let's push through this because we can do this, but it will be difficult. But maybe it won't. Maybe I'm putting bad juju on it. So maybe we don't put that bad juju on it and we just rip the Band-Aid off. This guy's running in shorts. He's motivating me. All right, let's go. This man is running in shorts. It's a different breed. Let's get after it. Hated every second of that, but I'm glad that we did it. Man, hated every second of that. Having hot tea waiting for me as I got out, or as I get into the car, is 100% the move. There is no other option. It's do this or nothing else. Okay. Let's stop the watch. Glad we're done with that. Whew. Hell yeah. It's nothing like being warmed up from the inside out. I might switch this up a little bit and do my 10 pages as soon as I get inside the house. I really hate pushing it to the end of the night. Then I feel like I'm speed reading and cramming. I want to automate as many things as possible. As much thinking that I can forego by automating, I want to do. So a huge reason why I feel like I've been going to the gym consistently or getting out of the house consistently is getting my clothes ready the night before and literally putting them at the end of my bed. I found that if I sleep with no clothes on, which is normally what I do, it's so much harder to get out of bed. It's insane how much more difficult it is to get out of bed when I don't have the clothes that I'm trying to put on within like reach, or if I have to go downstairs to the basement and look for clothes, like it's not happening because I'll curl up on the couch and then it's just too much. So I want to automate as many things as possible, mainly because I just don't want to have time. I'm not trying to have time to be seasonal sad girl. And I'm actually really impressed because it's January, all right? Seasons start changing like October. Usually I get hit with the seasonal sad girl October, November, definitely into December. And no, even though last year was the hardest year of my life thus far, like I haven't had the seasonal sad girl. So if I could keep that going, that'd be great. Let's get some protein and some food into our bodies, and we're gonna start the day. It is 9:52. Second fill up of the day. We're making things happen. This is the last one for the day. Is it later than we wanted? Of course it is. I had a lot of things to handle, a lot of fires to put out that I did not anticipate, and it robbed me of time and my drink. So, is it 6:30 and we're starting our final stretch? Yes. Yes, it is. It is 6:30. It's 6:50, actually. I lied. It's 6:50. You know what I think I'll do tomorrow? I think that I will set timers. I think that's what I'll do. I'll set an alarm because I want to be done with the first bottle by 12. I want to set like a 10 a.m. alarm that's like, hey, how are you doing? Are we where we need to be? And then maybe a 3 alarm, because that's ideally when I would like to be starting. The third bottle is by 3 to be done by 7. Not what's happening right here, which is starting at 7. This is a no-no, okay? This is a no-no, because we don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to go potty, which we have not been doing because we've been eating well and balancing our sodium, but still, man, I don't want to be... It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I'm allowing the situation that happened today bleed all the way into the rest of the day, and it doesn't have to. I can leave it. I can leave it where it was and move forthrightly into the future. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take it on the chin. It's okay. We've been flying high for a minute. We've been flying high for a minute. It's okay. Take a couple L's. Onward. All right, so we're getting stretching done earlier than we normally would. And it feels so good. I think I read somewhere that David Goggins stretches for like 3 hours a night, which is a bit much. But getting some stretching in is way better than no stretching. I have to be really honest about that. And that's what makes it look like hip hop. I'm vibing with the fit today, I'm not even gonna lie. Wow, my hips are so tight from running. So tight from running. So there's been like a brief gap between my last 75 hard and I wasn't stretching. And it was probably one of the things outside of drinking water that I would say I got the most benefit from. So I'm stretching again now and I'm like, this is forever. Like stretching is not optional. It's not optional. All right, stretching is done and we're reading our 10 pages. We're back on Project 2025. And right now I'm still going through the various councils. And I don't know why I didn't conceptualize this. Don't come for me. You probably think it did. Everybody knows that. I don't know. I didn't conceptualize that the president himself is almost like a figurehead. And the quality of information that he is receiving on a day-to-day basis is extremely important. So it's less of the president moving through the White House and being like, ooh, 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 and more so the president talking to this council who has these advisors, this council, and he has these trusted advisors, this council. You know, we have the Economic Council over here. We have the National Space Council over here. And all of these individual councils have like their main guys that are like putting the president on of like, hey, this is what's happening. And the frightening thing about what I'm reading right now is the overwhelming desire, response, action plan to move as many like-minded people into those individual councils, which wouldn't be a problem, right? It's a conservative presidency. You would want, people who are conservative. The problem is they don't want anyone else. Like, there's specific examples listed in here where, like, senior economists are hired on an academic year schedule. So what will happen is you'll have a president who's in office and will have senior economists, and then another president will be in office and still have those same senior economists. They specifically reference that continuity is cool. But they're not interested in continuity or having the same senior economists providing advice to the president. They're more interested in making sure that those senior economists are properly vetted for alignment with that current president, which sounds good, right? You want all of the economists thinking the same thing. But is it really that good? Because what if economists don't have, or one group of economists don't have, the interests of all of the American people at the forefront and providing advice on that? Why wouldn't you want checks and balances or other people in the room to also hear what is happening and provide advice on it? So that's a little bit concerning to me. It's the combination of the fact that you have the president who has all of these advisors, and the goal is to make all of these advisors think the same thing. A huge part of the Project 2025 transition project is like, this is just the book. This is just the policy book. There's actually 4 pillars that are involved. And one of the pillars involves them creating a database to receive resumes for these specific roles. So they already have like a vetted group to pull from. So they're already ramping up, receiving applications and resumes for these roles. And then on top of that, a lot of what I've read so far seems to be based in limiting regulation, limiting checks and balances, so that almost like ultimate power is granted to the president. So, meaning that you have this ultimate power being, that's the goal so far, is what it seems like, to have this ultimate power being who's just like hella OP, and all of these people around him with their specifically focused, aligned agenda, feeding him all of that relevant information. So there's like zero balances. I don't say zero. Let's not be dramatic. We're definitely lowering the balances. Regulations, we're lessening the friction points. So, things are pushed through faster, and everyone's on the same page. It's essentially trying to get everybody to move like a well-oiled machine that all kind of engages in the same type of groupthink. So it's very interesting, frightening, interesting, frightening, more frightening than interesting. Reading it makes me very glad to also be reading Buddhist teaching. It's almost like it's a political palate cleanser. But I don't know if this is something that the palate should be cleansed from, I feel like this is kind of one of those things that we should pay attention to. I finished our water, finished our stretching, finished our 10 pages. Now we just have a progress photo. And then it's bedtime. Oh, lied. We have one more thing to do. And then it's bedtime. But we're done with hard 75. 75 hard. We're done with this part of the day. Wait, I didn't give a rating to the day. That's... I got really thrown off today, which was really disconcerting. So I'm going to give this about a 6 out of 10. I'm upset about the amount of power I let this situation have over me and kind of bleed. But I did have a really cool wham with my friend, so a weekly accountability meeting, and that was really nice. So I'm going to bump it up to a 7. Maybe we'll do a 6.8. We don't want to be too dramatic. It doesn't... 6.8. 6.9 because of the morning run. That was good. Okay. Picture. I think I'm going to try and stick with this same tank top just for continuity. I want it to be consistent. So this is going to be the progress tank. All right, that's a wrap.